Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dante Powell Show. I'm your host, Dante Powell. Thanks for listening. Please make sure you support us by subscribing. You know where to subscribe. You know where to get this. Just do it, okay? I did all this 2023. I was doing all the professional stuff where I tell you go to Spotify, go to YouTube. I'm not doing that in 2024. You know where you get podcasts. You're listening to it right now. Just keep supporting it. Give it to people. All right. So today we're doing something a little bit different. We have our first ever guest on the Dante Powell Show. We have the extraordinary, the amazing rapper, actress, community activist, Colo Chanel. Colo, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for that intro. I really appreciate that.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry it came on the back of me being aggressively mean to my audience, but sometimes that's how you gotta do this.
Standard because audiences and crowds be really hard headed. Like you have to really tell them what to do. So it's okay. I understand.
I'm here for it. Okay, so this is the thing. We gotta do this a little bit differently. So I know you, but I don't know you. Like we're
Right.
so I think the best way to describe you is you're a person that also the woke whites of Des Moines are really into proving they know. Like I don't know if you noticed that, but anytime you post something and I comment, there's a group of them that are like, "Oh, I'm gonna comment on this too," so they remember that I'm one of the good ones. Or if I post something, we have some mutuals that just do that, and they're gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, "They're not talking about me, but we are." And this is the this is the thing. We operate in these circles that are very similar, but
Right.
we haven't kicked it too hard. So this is actually really fun for me. So what I wanted
Yeah.
to do is just take a minute and kind of dig into what little of you I know and kind of learn a little bit even with this. So like I mentioned at the beginning, I consider you a rapper, an activist, and an actress. What am I missing anything? Are you secretly a professor at Drake? Are you out here are you an ice skater? Do you be at that little park downtown? Because I need to know if there's more, because I know we're going to get into those things, but I want to know if I'm missing anything.
So you kind of hit it on the head pretty much with the three titles. So
Okay.
well, you missed one actually. I'm the Plan B plug.
Oh, see, I put that in with the organizer, with the community,
True, true,
That
but you
that counted definitely.
have to say it now because that's
That's
official.
you are the Plan B plug. That is 100%. I have been considering getting my vasectomy reversed because I'm like, it's out there, it's free. Get you some. Get
They're about
I
to
don't
come
want your
in. So you can get a
look.
reverse.
Hey, I'm
Lord.
I'm I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna do that, but but it's good to know that it's gonna be available. No, I'm gonna stick with Plan V. They
I like
no.
that. I like
We're
that.
going to stick with it. So this is what I want to. I do want to talk about that. I want to talk about the Plan B plug because when I was talking to you in preparation for this, you mentioned that you've got some Plan B boxes that are going to
Mm-hmm.
be coming out that where it's going to be free Plan B just out there and available. Can you tell me a
Yes.
little bit more about that?
Yes. So I know some people aren't really familiar with naloxone boxes, and naloxone is an overdose reversal drug.
Mm-hmm.
So I work in harm reduction, it's like one of my
Right.
jobs. So we have naloxone boxes, and my executive director, shout out to her, Deb Marie, she
Shout out to Deb.
started the naloxone box initiative, placing them in different counties that were in high need areas. So I was like, yo, like, what if we could do that with Plan B? So one of my colleagues and I, we started doing our research, reaching out to the manufacturer just to make sure there weren't any like loopholes or laws to make sure that we couldn't like that would prohibit us from doing it. So once
Okay.
we went through the process, we found a funder to fund our first box. So we ordered our
Mm.
first box. we're waiting on our Plan B shipment, and once we get our Plan B shipment, we're gonna have like a unboxing ceremony. So it'll be free. It won't
Nice.
be locked. So people can just go up and take whatever they need.
And then if people are going to want to find out about that, because if you want to be involved in getting you some Plan B, they can just follow you where to get the information. Like, where are you going to be putting that information out? Like, if they want to show up for the unboxing of the Plan B box.
So you can follow me at Colo Chanel, or you can follow Iowa Harm Reduction Coalition, or you can text the Plan B hotline number 515-344-4377. Yes, preferably
Okay.
text. So there's a few different
All
ways that
right.
you can access it. There's also a link out there. I don't know if I have it pinned, but sometimes I post it where people can just like fill out the form and get Plan B shipped, or like, come pick it up, or however they want to do it. So there's a few ways.
Nice.
People will definitely
That's
be able
incredibly dope.
to say thank you so much, for real. Thank you.
I'm No, thank you for doing that great work, because that sort of thing is really important, and the
It
fact that
is.
it's out there is only like, it's only good that it's out there if people know about it and they can participate in it. So,
Hey,
I'm glad that you came on here to get that out. So we're
thank
going to so again, you're doing great work there, but you're also doing some great work acting. I got a chance to last year see you star alongside my good friend Clifton Antoine in August Wilson's The Piano Lesson. You guys were both incredible. You
Excuse
were
me.
great. I took my wife, and we had a night out without our daughters, and we went to the play. And you guys, so you were in a role that I don't know that I would have ever expected you to take on something like that, because it wasn't something that I would have, like, I was slightly familiar with this play
Mhm.
beforehand,
Right.
and
You know, it's a
the
movie,
other
right?
the other yeah. And so in the movie, the way that it's cast and played doesn't bring as much life to it as you did. And I'm trying to say that without being like negative toward the movie, or the other play version, because that was like a long time ago in Louisiana, but it was also really great. It just, you brought more life to that role than I'm used to it seeing. So do you,
Thank
like, what was it, what made you audition for it in the first place? Like, what caught your eye about it and made you want to do it?
So I'll give you a little backstory. Me and
Okay.
Pyramid got like we're I've known Pyramid before it was Pyramid. So
Right.
Ken Matt
And
Martin,
Pyramid, just real quick, Pyramid is the theater company that
yes,
produced this, right?
yes,
So
it is
that
the only black
they're
theater company in Iowa. Yes.
only
Uh,
black theater company in Iowa. Shout out
yes,
to
got
them. Okay.
history. That's history right. So I met Kim Matt Martin and Alexis Davis when I was in high school, and they were my acting coaches. Fun fact. And Ken Matt Martin and Alexis Davis, we actually went all the way to All-State for IHHSA. So yeah, I've known them since I was like 15. So I've done the Amen Corner, which was at the Stoner Theater with them. And I hadn't been acting for a minute. And I think acting is one of those things that like that's really my first love. People don't know that. Like that's how I actually fell in love with the stage, was because I started in theater. I've been doing theater since I was 10 years old. I started in Kansas
Right.
City at Kansas City Starlight. We did a youth production of The Lion King. And so I fell in love with theater, and I hadn't been acting in a while. Like it was, I think my last production was it was the nature of the dream that I did with actually Clifton. And that was like during the pandemic. And that was kind
Yeah.
of hard to, you couldn't really be in the same room as your cast members. A lot of our practices were on Zoom. So I wanted that genuine theater practice. I wanted that genuine, theater family again. So I was just like, you know what? I ain't did theater in a minute. Let me go audition. So I auditioned, I got the part, and the rest is history. it was nerve wracking. I'm not gonna lie. Kim at Martin definitely pulled that feistiness out of me. He was like, "Yeah, I need you to be bigger." If you know Kim at Martin, you know how he talks. So when he was,
Yeah.
I need you to be bigger, and he said it just like that, and was just like, "Yeah, so work on
Mm-hmm.
that." I was just like,
Nice.
I got you, because I hadn't acted in a minute, so like I was definitely being my little more so like reserved self. So I
Mm-hmm.
really do appreciate him, like, pushing me past my limits and, to really be able to reach my potential with that role. I
I
really
think
enjoy.
the way I would describe watching you was like, like the couple of times I met you in person, you've been just Colo,
Yeah.
but uh, you were Facebook Colo on stage during the play, and so, but like, trust me, I understand that because like I do the same. Like people meet me in person and they're like, "Are you sure that
You
you're
the same. They be
like
so
this is the same guy?"
they be so
So, but it's I get it because like in real life I'm an introvert who likes to mind his business and not be bothered.
inside. I'm such a homebody. I love it.
I need to specify that, by the way, because people who listen to the podcast, someone brought it to my attention that people don't really know, like they don't get that I'm an introvert. Most of the time, I be
Right.
trying to mind my business because I be walking around with weaponry on me. I don't want no accidents. Okay, so
No
I
running.
have
Want no
yeah,
smoke.
I just be wanting to mind my business and get home, right? And
Bro.
so I'm familiar with that, like being able to turn it on for the stage. And like I
Right.
said, watching you do it was really cool. And the entire production was great. The entire
Yes.
cast was great. And
Yes.
the only complaint I have
The
about
play won some chorus awards, if I'm not mistaken. I think it won the best
yeah,
play. Um, I believe Aaron won an award, and I believe Emmett won an award. I can't remember who all won an award, but I know for a fact it was the best play. And I just shout out to my whole cast because that was an amazing play, and that was life changing. I'm not gonna lie, theater is always life changing for me.
it was dope. And like I said, so the one thing I did have a complaint about was the people sitting behind me would not stop shutting up about their acting credentials. They kept talking about plays they had been in at some point, and I was trying to not be rude to them, and eventually I just kind of like I turned around, I gave them the look, and they were like, "Okay, we'll be quiet," and then they
Oh,
weren't.
they
So I
got
just
look.
want them to, yeah, I gave them the look because like after because at a certain point it's like, come on, man, like
Yeah,
be somewhat respectful.
right.
But sometimes theater nerds can get a little too excited when they're and it was
They go
woke
sing. They,
whites.
you know.
It was woke whites, and they were just excited, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to yuck their yum. I'm gonna let y'all cook for a minute, but you know don't go too hard.
So,
So speaking
like
of go,
black
oh,
look?
what's that?
Did you give them the black dad look? Is that why they stopped talking?
No, so the look I gave him was actually the black nephew look, the like
The gift. The
yeah, because it was like they were a little bit older, and it was like I didn't want to be rude and be like, just so you know, like I know Cliff, and he's going hard right now, so like maybe relax before I like because the other thing is that it was the same night that his parents had come into town, and so I saw them
that's
like right before the show as well. So they're like sitting across from me, and I don't want to
mm,
like I don't want to make him. I don't want his parents to leave out of there and be like, Cliff, your buddy you hang out with, he was aggressive to people at the show. What's his deal? Because they know me a little bit. Like I've hung out with them before, and they
yeah.
already know how like out there I am. So I didn't want to make it worse. So I chilled out.
You are
Um,
hilarious.
I'm not. I'm just being honest. Now, listen though. Speaking of going hard, we gotta get to the rap. We gotta talk because you got a project coming up. You got a mixtape coming out called Meal Ticket. But before we get there, I want to talk about On Me, because that's I like that. That's my
Ooh.
that's my favorite. Okay. What can you tell me what the process was like recording that, and then
Mhm,
tell me about the video, because I also like the video.
mhm. So on me, I felt like I had something to prove. Like, and it wasn't necessarily to other people. It was more so to myself because I hadn't dropped
Okay.
that whole entire year, right? So I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what? I got something to get off my chest. I'm gonna go to the studio and say it. So when I found the beat, the chorus came to me like water. So I was just like, okay, this is gonna be easy to write. And I'm one of those people, like I don't force writing. So if I do a
Mm-hmm.
hook, I do the first verse, I might go to the studio and like finish the rest of it or freestyle the rest of it. So I did the hook, I did the verse, I went to the studio, and when I say like it, I had like this electrifying energy, and it made me like re-fall in love with music and with rap and like what I do, and it reminded me of like why I do what I do. And I like shit talking too. So, and I did quite a bit.
You
So,
did. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
thank you for real.
That's why it's my favorite, because that, like, I'm a shit talker as well, and so like
Yeah,
I
yes you
yeah.
are. Yes you are.
Okay, you didn't have to say it
And
like that, but you're not wrong. Okay.
plus, you know, you be cutting up, but we're you know. But so the video was shot by Troy Brooks, and I kid you not. So my one of my closest homegirls, we shot it like right behind her house in the alley. And where we shot it at was like in the trenches for real. Like it was very much so like an abandoned house. You could tell like the person either just left and all of their belongings got, you know, thrown, whatever. Anyways, it was the trenches for real. And I was just like, you know what? We're gonna go back to the trenches to shoot a music video. So that's literally what we did. We just put up in the trenches. Troy hung the microphone up, and I stood right there under the stairs, and we shot it. And shout out to Jigga and Desi for being in my music video, and not only being in my music video, but for knowing the words, because that really warms my heart.
Yeah,
So
it like I said, I didn't want to just bring up the song, because I remember when you dropped the video, I was like, all right, I'm gonna check it out. And then
mhm.
I was like, oh, okay. Like it wasn't a because it's one of those things where it's like I don't expect you to not be dope.
Yeah,
It's always good when it is. And
right.
so it's like I like that. I like when you have people in your life that you know they're gonna do dope stuff, and if you
Yeah.
just allow them the opportunity to do it, they'll take
Yes.
care of their end of things. So all I have to do is show up, and that was because that's kind of what that's how I approach stand up. Is like, look, you don't have to. All you gotta do is show up. I'm
Mhm.
when they say my name and I walk out there, I got you. Like you're
Right.
good from that point. I can't speak to anything other than what I'm going to do when it's my
Mhm.
turn to do my job. And
Right.
so for you, the rapper, I need you to have bars and to like just go in, and you did
Right.
it. And I was like,
Thank you.
okay, she is
Mhm.
obviously capable of doing her job very well. this
Yes.
is this is what I need, and it's being fulfilled. And so when you trust an artist to give you that and they give it to you, it's really dope. So
Yeah.
like I said, I wanted to make sure I brought that up, but that's in the past, and that's fair. But I wanted to talk about it. So if you haven't heard it or listened to it, or if you're unfamiliar with Colo, go check that out. Like you can still watch that. But tell me
Yeah.
about Meal Ticket. You got that? When's that coming out? What should we
Yeah.
be looking for? Did you work with anyone? Like what's that process been like?
So meal ticket has been I've been recording that for like 2 summers now. Meal ticket has really been
Wow.
a process. It's been a mental process. And it wasn't and when I say I've been recording that for 2 summers, I've been recording for 2 summers and then just finally decided, oh, I probably need to put something out. That's kind of how my brain works, right? So, I'm not gonna lie, meal ticket has really been like a mental, I'm not gonna say a mental struggle, but it's definitely like taught me a lot about myself. It's taught me like how not to be so hard on myself, right? Um,
Mm,
Meal Ticket is gonna come out next month on my birthday, February 23rd. We're actually
okay.
doing my birthday bash and the release party in that same weekend. I haven't decided if it's gonna be the 23rd or the 24th. But yeah, I'm dropping a music video in the beginning of February, that Friday on the 2nd. So I'm back outside. I'm back outside this year. And
Hey,
I'm back
happy
outside.
Black History Month. I'm let's go. Let's go.
For real. Happy Black History Month for real. Cause
Yeah,
I'm
man. We out
ready.
here.
And just to be transparent, like no can I cuss?
Yeah,
No
I don't give a fuck.
no bullshit. One day I was standing in the kitchen with one of my close friends, and I was just like playing back some of my music, and she was like, "Why haven't you dropped this?" She was like, "You really been like just sitting on music," and I just looked at her, and I'm just like, "Why haven't I dropped this?" You know, and that's like the mental process that I was talking about, like just really realizing that I had been so hard on myself that I didn't even give myself a
Hmm.
chance. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm really glad that I've evolved from that space, and I'm evolving from that space because it was um it was hard. It was hard. It was hard being there. Because I recorded a
I,
lot. I recorded the whole 2022 and 2023. I just didn't, or 2022 I did drop something, but 2023 like I just didn't drop nothing. So yeah,
yeah.
it was hard.
And so with it being a mixtape, I'm sure there's a lot that maybe won't make it on, but like, is this a project that you're like you're putting sort of backing into that you're going to like kind of ride the wave of for a while, or are you doing that thing that rappers do sometimes where you're like, I'm just putting the mixtape out so I can then follow it up with the album and like whatever? Because like I'm content if it is going to be one of the mixtapes where it's like, nah, we're gonna let the mixtape, like we're gonna let the vibes of that kick it for a minute. But if you got something else coming out after it, I want to break that right now. I want to be a news breaker. I know I just started the podcast, but I
Mhm.
also want to be lazy and like break news and like be the place
Yeah,
people go to learn cool new stuff if it is out there like that.
for sure. To be transparent, I was thinking about following up with an album, but I think right now my biggest focus is to just be like like more of a visual artist. So I really just want people to see me visually. I really don't show a lot of like my personality on like Instagram type thing or like Facebook to a certain extent, but like I don't post like funny videos of me doing silly stuff. So I
Right.
want to be more of a visual artist this year. So I'm gonna ride that at least until fall. So I'm definitely gonna do like a lot of more promo. I'm definitely gonna do a lot of more videos, just a lot more to appreciate it. I really feel like I didn't appreciate my last project as much as I should have. I don't think I put enough visuals out as I should have, and
Mm.
this time I really want to honor that. Like I really want to honor my art, and I want to honor myself by just being able to pour into my art more. Really,
You're preaching to the choir right now.
for
I'm
real.
in the same boat. Like I my album came out in 2020 and I'm very thankful for the success of it, but it's time for the next thing.
Yeah.
And I say this as like with all humility included, like the
Mhm.
next one is dope. Like it's
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to tour some stuff that's like normally when I tour material, I'm touring it to figure it all out. But like the
Right.
stuff I'm about to tour now is figured out. So all I'm doing now is putting icing on the cake and it
Right.
feels good. So it's like yeah, I like when you talked about not being so hard on yourself, I had to. I finished the show one time, and my friend was like, "So when you gonna put that out?" And I was like, What are you? I got to work. I got to get it where I need it to be." And he's like, "If that's not where it needs to be, I don't know
Word.
what you doing. What are you on?" Like, so I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, let me get it
Yeah.
together a little bit. Let me see what's up." So yeah, I'm also in a place where it's like I'm going to, like you, I'm gonna be a little bit more visual, but I'm also just going to be more like I'm going to be more. There isn't a version of bars for comedy. It's just jokes. So like in the
Right.
way that we say we want bars from you, they want jokes from comedians. Like
Right.
y'all finna get these jokes. Like I'm sorry, like I'm going in this year. So like Cat Williams has done his thing, cool. But like I'm finna get these jokes off. We about to have an election coming up. I don't care who you
Mm-hmm.
voting for. You finna get these jokes. And so it's like nobody's safe. If we could be friends, but if you do some crazy stuff, I got jokes. Okay, I'm not safe. I'm out here messing up. I'm gonna get these jokes. So like that's it's good to be in my element. So when you talk about the rap and being more visual and like putting out videos, like yeah, that's what rappers did when we were growing up. They were in the streets. They were out there. So that's a beautiful thing to see. I'm very happy to hear that for you.
Thank you, for real. Thank you. And shout out, I am gonna shout out somebody because they are another reason, like a conversation me and this person had is another reason that made me realize like it's time to like wake up and get back on the right track. Profilini, he's one of the dopest battle rappers. He's actually
Mm.
originally from here. So him and I had a conversation and he was like, yo, like, don't ever stop rapping. He said, rap is how we express ourselves. He said, don't ever stop doing that. You're dope. You got bars. Don't stop. And when he said that to me, him, out of all people saying that to me, like that made me, that I did not take that lightly at all. Like at all. At all. I don't ever take compliments lightly when it comes to like my music or my art. So like I really genuinely appreciated him just taking the time to say that to me because he don't know what kind of space I was in when he said that to me, So that I really carried that and that I've been I've been keeping that in the
That's
back of my mind.
dope. Shout
Thank
out to him.
you.
That's beautiful. I love seeing artists support one another in their way, and I
Yes.
especially love. Listen, I think I'm gonna say this, and I don't mean any disrespect to anyone. So like, I just want y'all to know this. I think like battle rappers are the second funniest artists in the world. Like they
Listen,
are watching battle rap is the funniest thing. So you
listen.
got like comedians, then you got battle rappers, and then you got like slam poets, which sometimes slam poetry don't even be trying to be funny. I just be
Yeah.
laughing at how serious they be. I'd be like, look, somebody got to tell a joke at some point, or I'm gonna get to giggling about something I ain't supposed to be giggling about. But battle rap is the same way. Like I
It
don't know
is.
why. It's something very funny to me about adult men having to Google other adult men to learn about their deepest, darkest secrets and then tell it via like production. That's just hilarious. Like I love the thought that like you had to find my middle school bully and get information about me, and then you're just gonna tell the world. Like I love that pettiness. That makes me
For
happy. All right, so look, I feel like I've learned a lot about you, but
real.
I got some fun stuff I want to close this out with because I told you I wouldn't keep you long, and we are recording kind of late, but it's time for the fun part of this that I wanted to
Yeah.
do. So when I hit you up to do this, I told you I was going to ask you to do a top five for me, and the top
Yes.
five I gave you was the top five songs that remind you of cold weather. All right, so
Yes.
I want to here. I did a top five as well. So I'm gonna leave it up to you. We can do it. We can either trade off where you give your number five, I give my number five, or we can go through your full list and then go through my full list. It's up to you how you want to do it.
Let's trade. Let's trade.
Okay, let's trade off. All right. So whenever you're ready, Colo Chanel, Dante Powell. This is our top five songs that remind you of cold weather. What you got for me, number five?
So number 5, we are at Let It Snow by Boys to Men.
Let It Snow, Boys to Men.
Yes.
That's just like an all time classic.
It is. It just let it snow. That is, it eats bad, really bad. Even if it's, I'm not
It
gonna lie,
does,
I
and it
summertime. Like it is
yeah, you
so
can.
hard. It's a classic
It
for real.
actually so like on the last like mini episode of the podcast I did my top 10 Christmas songs and I included that on there. it's just it's a dope song. I remember my mom had the little white cassette tape, and every year I knew Christmas was coming when she started. I see it in the car. I'd be like, she must be buying presents this weekend. And yeah, it went hard like that. So yeah, great. Okay, we off to a good start. I'm going to, let's see, number 5. I got All I Have by Jennifer Lopez featuring LL Cool J.
Oh, that's a good one.
I just remember that one reminds me of winter because I remember the video. LL had a coat and hat ensemble that I was like, I really want that. That would be dope this winter. Like that. And the song itself, Jennifer Lopez, God blesses us all in different ways. But, yeah, that's why that song. Let's get to number 4.
I love that song. She need to give Ashanti her songs back, but that's a different conversation for a different.
Look, I was trying to not go there, but
back for real. But anyways, number 4 for me is "Love" by Keisha Cole. Yes, that's a classic. Don't let me be 3 shots of Hennessy in and that song come on because I'm gonna sing it.
I don't even have to be no shots or nothing in. I know I found. That was my God. Listen.
You are not stand you.
Listen. Don't tell nobody this, but people already know. Sometimes when I have to say I found something, like if we can't find the keys, and I find the keys, I'd be like, I found.
You are.
That's what that song has done to me. Okay. So yeah, Keisha Cole, "Love," excellent choice. Let's see, number 4, I got "What We Do" by Freeway. Cause that man was rapping like it was freezing. Jay-Z was rapping like it was freezing, and they were rapping like the rent was due. They didn't waste no time. What's that?
So what's the name of the song?
"What We Do."
What We Do.
It was Freeway's first single. Okay, yeah, you have. I know you have. He didn't waste no time on no hooks. It ain't none of that. He just was like, it's time to rap. And Jay-Z was like, I feature on all my artist songs, but I didn't know you were gonna do all that. He made Jay work.
No, for real, he did. That was hard though. Very much so hard.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to number 3. What you got at number 3?
So for number 3, I have "Be Without You" by Mary J. Blige. I probably should say that first. But yeah, "Be Without You" by Mary J. Blige. Because
man, listen,
play that song like rent was due. Okay, for real.
I don't know who was doing. Tell your mom if she ever need a hug to just call me, because that's what that song.
I knew she was either pissed at one of her niggas, or I knew it was time to get up and clean, because it was no in between. It was no happy medium. No happy medium.
Listen, any song where somebody go, listen, they going through some stuff. They're going through something.
I mean,
hold on. I need you to know something. One of my favorite jokes I've ever written is about that song, because she wrote that song for her ex-husband, Kendu. And when they got divorced, he tried to get alimony from her. And I was like, what this nigga can do is go get a job. Like, why are you trying to take Mary J. Blige money that she don't owe you? Like, by the way, come on, be better, brother, be better. By the way, I just want to say that was my honorable mention. I told you that we had a song that was similar. That one, I had that, and "We Ride" because she dropped those around the same time. But yeah, that one, Terrence Howard in the video, being light
Listen,
skinned, it was,
classic. I figured it was either
it was
that one or Love by Keisha Cole. I figured it was either one of those two.
it was Be Without You. I'm right there with you. So let's see where we at. We had number 3 for me. Number 3, ooh, Me, Myself, and I by Destiny's Child. Cause boy,
Ooh,
I
what?
got I got I got broke up to in like 8th grade, I believe, and I had to ride to a basketball game, and she wouldn't stop singing that song. I was like, I
I'm
can hear you.
me, myself, nah, that's all I got to
I'm right
it.
here.
That fire.
And it upset me, but we gonna move right on from that one because I don't like thinking about having my heart broken when I was a child, and I'm doing better than her now. So who ended up winning? Really, me. Boops.
Period.
Sorry for your lost. Sorry for your lost. No, what's number 2? What you got at number 2?
Soon as I Get Home by Faith Evans.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
T.
Okay.
I don't know why
Yeah,
I picked
I'm letting that
be 90s, 2000 songs, but I'm a love a girl. That's the type of music I listen to for real.
That you know what? Okay, so I'll go ahead and tell you my number 2, and we can just talk about both of them. My number 2, You Don't Know My Name by Alicia Keys.
Oh, yes. I thought I was Alicia Keys when I was little. I used to have my sister braid my hair like her, and I had the little play piano, the little fish play piano. I thought I was
Listen, and then on the video, she got Mos Def in there, and she telling him about his coffee or his hot chocolate or whatever, and then it's just when you hear the piano, it just it's a banger, but it also it's like you want to snuggle in, just like Soon As I Get Home. You can't listen to that song in a tank top. If you got a tank top on, As Soon As I Get Home come on, you got to go put on a hoodie.
No, for
like, I'm sorry, that's them the rules.
In real life.
All right, I'm excited for this. So I don't know what number 1 is, but I'm very excited. Colo Chanel, what's your number 1 song that reminds you of cold weather?
I really feel like this song I'm about to say you don't know nothing about. Okay, so I'm gonna just put my disclaimer out there.
Okay.
My number 1 song is "Baby Hold On to Me" by Gerald Levert.
You think I don't know nothing about that? Okay, well, you're wrong. Because I also have a black mother who was going through some stuff sometimes. Okay, all right.
Listen, my mom got off work early when she found out Gerald Levert died to come home and cry on the couch. Okay, I remember very vividly in my childhood. Okay, so Gerald Levert got played in our house a lot, and I still bump.
Listen, that's one of them bangers that's just like he hit all the right spots. He was in all the right pockets. He did it the way it needed to be done. Because Gerald he'd go too far a lot of the times. He'd do too much. But on that one, he was like, nah, we're gonna hold it right here. We're gonna we just gonna sit it where it need to be.
Yes.
And I appreciate that. Okay. Okay. That's an excellent number 1. My number 1, I went with Song Cry by Jay-Z.
Well,
another one where if you're listening to it in a tank top, you gotta go put a jacket on. And then what I wanted to do, I was gonna go the unplugged version when he had Jaguar Wright singing, and he got into his feelings and gave a little speech after. But either version, the Blueprint version or the unplugged version, they both just remind me of cold weather. Yeah, it's a beautiful man, that was an excellent list. Excellent work. Before you go, before we wrap up, I do have one more thing I want to do with you because I consider you like how long have you lived in Iowa?
I have lived in Iowa since 2012. So I went to high school here. I went to Hoover.
Okay, so I moved here in 2012 also, but I'm a little bit older than you, so I was like out of high school by
Gotcha.
then. But you are, I consider you enough of a transplant like me, but enough of an Iowan like me, where like you got a decade plus in, but you've got
Mm-hmm.
some roots in other places. I want to play a
Yes.
quick game of this or that with you, and then we'll
Okay.
wrap this thing up. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. This or that, the sculpture park or the art center?
The art center. Off tops. And if you've
Cool.
never been to the art center, you're missing out. For real. Our
You
art
are.
center is one of
I
my
met.
favorite ones. Like raw.
It's
For real.
dope. It
I
is
love music.
dope. If you have a like during the spring or the summer when it's nice out and you can like really get out there and walk around, I love it. It's the
Yeah.
best. All right, we're off to a great start so far. We're gonna ramp it up a little bit. Merle
Okay.
Hay or Jordan Creek?
Now you know Merle Hay ain't had stores in there in 20 years. I'm going to Jordan Creek. But I ain't even gonna do Merle Hay
Okay,
like that. I went to Hoover, so we was always up there, catching the bus home.
that
But Jordan Creek for sure.
that's a couple things. First of all, that's completely fair. I'll give you that one. But one, Merle Hay is the most listened to song, well, not song, but like track off my comedy album,
That
and
is
it has
hilarious.
made me so much money. So
That's
I'm
what's
not
up.
I'm not going to diss them. But then also what you got to remember is Merle Hay is coming back a little bit, and then also they got Flicks now, and if we're being fair, which one got the better food court?
Okay, so this is okay. This is where we're really talking because the food court, of course, Jordan Creek has more options, but as far as like actually good food, you'll find at Merle Hay, like that Vietnamese cafe. I don't know if it's still open, but that
I don't
Vietnamese
either, but
cafe, fire for sure.
Joppa is over there, and I mess with them.
Java,
So
oh my god, yes, off tops, and I love Chrissy. So her food, chef's kiss. I
yeah,
love her food.
all
And
right,
there you
okay, we're gonna ramp it up.
go,
We're
spot
gonna
over
ramp
there.
it up a little bit more. Bebops or Tasty Tacos?
Bebops. I almost said something, but I don't want to say nothing. We need to support our ma and pa businesses. It don't matter if I don't like it, the food or not. Go support Tasty Tacos because I'm not even. I can't even flex. At one point, I was definitely going through a Tasty Taco phase, but now it's nasty to me. I don't know. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. But
That's
Bebops,
fair.
sure.
I,
Bebops for sure.
I'll say this: my brothers, the first time they visited from Louisiana, we drove by Bebops. They smelled it and they were like, "Hey, what is that? I want some." We got it for them. They ate it every day they were here, and every
I mean,
time they visited, they make me take them to Bebops. So you
that's
know
valid. Like it's
that gets my
genuinely a good burger spot.
that you can't beat a good burger. All right, okay. We going
Bebops is shitting on Whataburger any day, and I'm standing on that.
okay. Look, I'm not. No, we're not gonna do that. I'm not finna. I'm not even gonna get into that.
Burger was a 5-star at McDonald's when I tried it. I'm standing on that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna let you cook. I'm not gonna say nothing, but you got. I grew up in Louisiana. I grew up eating Whataburger, and I still it's my shit. I love it. So I'm not gonna I'm gonna let you get it. But for me, I still like it. I think it's dope. All right, so let's see. We're gonna keep ramping this thing up. We got two more.
Okay.
Two more. So we're gonna this one, and then we're gonna really hit them hard with the last one. So this one here though, Fairway or High V?
Ooh. I don't. This kind of hard because this is
You
hard.
know, do you need to go grocery shopping on a Sunday?
Ivy.
Do you
And I
need?
say
But also
Ivy
this.
because They've been fucking with me heavy on the catfish nuggets. Okay, I got 2 pounds of catfish nuggets for $7 on Christmas Eve. I can't
First
not
of
fuck.
all, I got some catfish fillets at Hy-Vee today. Like I just got them today.
From the butcher or like
Yes, yes, from the meat department. Why am I finna run to my refrigerator and grab catfish and show you the date on it? Why am I
so
doing that? I don't need to do that.
it was like, oh, it's not in season, so we really don't be having it sometimes. So I settled for the nuggets, but I wanted the fillet.
Well, I like the nuggets too, but I feel like for the sake of the podcast, I need to go stay right here real quick. Don't go nowhere. I'm gonna be right back. Hold on, stay right there.
He's so extra, and I love it. Thank you.
All right, it's time for the biggest flex I have ever done on my own personal podcast. So
Let me
you
see.
can see right. Let me make sure I get it up here. Fresh farm raised catfish fillets,
Jealous, right?
and yeah, we out here. We doing it. That's my favorite flex I've ever done on here. How about it? We out here.
Ugh,
But this is the other thing about Hy-Vee. You got to understand that like the prices,
yes,
generally speaking,
yes.
are going to be like you're gonna need to fill out a FAFSA. A FAFSA. I don't know what you're gonna need financial aid. Is the
No, for
point?
real, for real.
Like they don't be bullshitting when it comes to what they want you to pay for their items. So just know
No,
that. But yeah, I
it's
think
just
that's a good one.
of it though. So that's I pay for convenience.
Yeah.
So
That's really what it comes down to. So yeah, I'm now this is the thing though. I do want to give Fairway their props.
no, for sure.
Fairway, like they're kind of like Chick-fil-A in that they have trained the people that work there so well in customer service
But
that
seriously,
like, man, shout out
no,
to them. All right, so are you ready for the last one?
yes.
All right, this or that last one, Colo Chanel edition. Casey's or Come and Go.
Casey's off top. Come on, their popcorn chicken. Their popcorn chicken.
Ooh,
When they say that it's gonna be 10 minutes, I'm gonna put 20 on pump 10 and sit in my car for 10 minutes for that popcorn chicken. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am every time.
it
Every
is delicious.
potato wedges. I like their
You
Q-tip.
hadn't learned the trick though.
What?
You gotta get the trick though. You gotta get the Casey's app and order it when you on your way, and then they make them fresh. You don't have to worry about getting them out of the little hot case.
Didn't even didn't even peek. That's say less. I'm definitely finna start doing
And you
that.
start building up the points so you can get them discounted. That's the
Yep.
other thing. Now,
You
what I thought might happen, I thought you might say, I thought you might go, actually, Dante, I like Quick Trip.
well, I'm not gonna lie. Being from Missouri, I freaking love Quick Trip. But now that I live in Iowa, I I fuck with Casey's now. It's cool. She cool. I
Yeah.
mean, Quick Trip
Now,
all, but you only gave me the two options, so I'm gonna play the game. Casey's.
right, yeah, that I did the two, but yeah, they got Quick Trips in Louisiana now, and I was telling my family about how like if you want a good grilled cheese sandwich, go to Quick
Go.
Trip. They are excellent.
Their food is fire. Like, why is y'all kitchen this good?
Bruh, I talked about this in one of the episodes of the podcast, but like gas station food in general has come a long way.
Hey,
Quick Star,
I used to be suspicious, and we used to like talk about people who ate gas station food. Like, are your insides okay? And now I'm indulging heavily every time.
same here. I pull up at the because yeah, we got Quick Trip and Quick Star now. Why I don't
Ooh,
know who taught those particular white people how to make fried chicken, but it's good
listen,
and I'm watching.
listen, and they got this vanilla nitro brew. Listen, I don't even drink nitro brew, but when I go to Quick Star in Altoona, I'm gonna get me some wings and my nitro vanilla brew. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Mhm.
Last thing I'll tell you about them is their cookie game and their brownie game is immaculate. So if you've never tried
Really?
them, they the peanut butter cookies are listen. Their peanut butter cookies are so good. My wife is allergic to peanuts, and I still eat them.
You are so sick. You are really
I'm not.
sick.
I'd be like, I don't know why you're sneezing, but you know, maybe
You
we should.
gaslighting her,
I don't know what
but
that means. Let's not make up words. Colo Chanel. This is a podcast, not a spelling bee. Okay, stop making up words.
men hate that word.
Nobody. No, gas lightning is not real.
Gaslighting. I did not. Okay, you got
That's
it.
what you said. It sounded like gas lightning. Okay.
You got it. You right. You right. You right. This is not a spelling
Okay,
bee.
I can't end my podcast with you gaslighting you about the word gaslighting. We're not gonna do that. We're go- we're going to we're gonna end on a fun, positive note. Doing my favorite thing in the world,
Okay.
plugs. I want you to just tell me all the dope stuff you got coming up. We're gonna do a quick recap. Just tell us about the mixtape. Tell us about the Plan B boxes. Tell us about any acting you got coming up that you're planning on doing, and then we'll get on out of here.
Bet. So to wrap this up, I got Meal Ticket music video dropping February 2nd. I got Meal Ticket the EP dropping February the 23rd. I got my Meal Ticket birthday party slash mixtape release party that weekend of the 23rd. So I got a lot of activity. I got a lot of motion this year. I'm definitely outside. I can't speak on everything else yet. But if you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat at Colo Chanel, then you will be able to keep up with all of the things. Oh, and the Plan Bs. Call me for them Plan Bs and the Plan Cs. Call me for them Plan Bs. Mm-hmm.
Listen, folks. Okay, I feel like I did my job. Okay, I got her here, and she gave you all the information you need. She put it
Mm-hmm.
out there for you. It's such an easy. Like I see you post all the time, people
Mm-hmm.
claiming them and getting them. I appreciate the work you're doing. I
Thank
think it's
you.
incredibly dope, and having dope people like you out in the world definitely makes the world better. So I just want to thank you for coming on today. I want to thank you again for the work you're doing. And
Thank
one more time, ladies and gentlemen, Colo Chanel, y'all give it up for supporter. Make sure you don't be losers and watch all this dopeness and then not follow up on it. We're not doing that in 2024. All
you.
right. Thank you, Polo. You have a good one.
Having me, Dante, like I genuinely appreciate it. Seriously, thank you for the time.